game over. Game over. And here's why. Because, one, defensively, they'll switch on everything. On everything. And then when your center, which would be Draymond Green, rebounds the ball, he don't have to outlet it. He's pushing immediately. So now you're immediately in transition, which has you scrambling. And that's how you get these transition threes, these jump shots. And then when you think, all right, we've gone back, we've played our transition defense. All right, let's hit them with this pick and roll action. And then you got a deer in headlights. You got Tristan Thompson looking at the MVP like, OS. What's about to happen to me? This, Tristan. Pump fake. Now I'm going to the line.
But you know what I will say? Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that. But, and you know, not to take anything away from anybody, but Tristan being on Steph when they switch is definitely a terrible mismatch. But at the same time, I'll say this. I've seen, you know, defensive players, big players get switched off on these point guards, and they look terrible. But Tristan actually plays some all right defense, but there's nothing that he can do on that switch with Steph Curry. There's nothing he can do.
All right, defense ain't going to cut it against the MVP. Many have tried, and many have failed. Tell you what, we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to take a quick break real quick. This is Sports Kings Live on Big Mike. The other voice you're hearing is Rob Calloway. We're on Spreaker.com. Rob will be tweeting out the actual link so you guys can join us in the live interactive chat room. Give us your thoughts on last night's game and the series going forward now that Kyrie Irving will be out for the remainder of it. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live. We're also on email, sportskingslive@gmail.com. We'll be right back. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Big Mike.
Yep, and this is RC, Rod Calloway.
First of all, we'd like to thank everybody for being down with the Kings and for supporting Sports Kings Live.
Your listens, downloads, likes, and follows have allowed this show to grow by leaps and bounds in just a few months.
Now, if you have a product or a business and you'd like to promote it on this show,
it's simple. Just email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And once again, thank you for being down with the Kings.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Sports Kings Live with Big Mike and Rob Calloway. We've been talking about the NBA Finals, game number one, which, by the way, it was the highest rated game one in NBA Finals history. We kind of broke the Nielsen meter, as you say. Let me give you guys the numbers real quick for those of you who care about this kind of stuff. All right. Oh, and it's one thing that's surprising in this. Reading this was kind of surprising. I want to get Rob's thought on it before we move on talking about the actual game. The Finals delivered a 12.9 overnight rating, making it the highest rated NBA Finals game one ever on ABC, according to Nielsen. The broadcast peaked with 15.6 from 11:30 to 11:45, right around the overtime period, right? Four-quarter overtime, which, by the way, all that does is tell the networks, yeah, we're going to keep these games started at 9 o'clock. We will not move them. And, well, two, it's a Western Conference game as well. So, 6 o'clock Western Conference time. But the ones on the East Coast are going to start at 9, too. So they don't care about you having to stay up because you've already proven to them that you will stay up and watch some quality basketball.
And then think about how long we had to wait for a game one, too. That's the other thing that could have moved the meter, is that everybody was going through basketball withdrawal, and then lo and behold, a week later, what do we have to wait? 8 days?
7 and 8 days, yeah.
And lo and behold, we got basketball, and like I said, game one didn't disappoint me either, man. Like
I was very satisfied.
I was fully engaged because everything that you pointed out, and you just mentioned it, everything that you talked about on the last show yesterday, in regards to the small ball. Like I was watching the game, and I saw Cleveland go up, and when they started playing that small ball, it really started giving Cleveland problems. And probably the biggest thing that I saw was a lot of miscommunication on the switches. It was a lot of miscommunication by the Cavaliers, where people didn't know what a man was. They didn't make the switch. I mean, I saw a lot of things happening that we didn't see against the Hawks, and I would like to think that it's because the Warriors are a far more superior team.
Well, they just play a different brand of basketball than the Hawks play. They moved the basketball the way the Hawks should have been moving it to cause those type of miscommunications and confusions. When you stand and dribble, bad things happen. Real quick, let me get through these ratings real quick because some of them are surprising. Now these aren't so surprising. The market ratings for Cleveland, obviously 41.4. Out in San Francisco, 28.9. In Columbus, 21.1. Those all three, no one is surprised by those. But then you got Memphis, Norfolk, Virginia. I'm not sure if anyone on either of these teams is from Memphis, not that I know of. Norfolk, Virginia. Can't say that I know that anyone is from there. Then you got the Miami, Fort Lauderdale people. Obviously, Heat fans want to see LeBron lose, so that makes sense.
Right.
Sacramento, still in that same area. But then here, Atlanta, 15.6. Things that make you say, Shout out Sky Point, Arsenio Hall. Is that show still on, by the way? Did they cancel Arsenio again?
Man.
No,
They cancel. Man, they canceled Arsenio like after. I don't even think he got a year, man.
Damn
they gave him. And what was so crazy? And I know we got to get back to the game, but what was crazy about it was that Arsenio had went on TV the week before, and Jay Leno was on with him. That was like right when Jay Leno left, and Jay Leno opened up the envelope and announced that Arsenio had been renewed for like 2 or 3 seasons, right? And then the next week they were like, well, yeah, the Arsenio Hall show is no more.
Damn.
Like,
the kiss of death from Jay Leno.
Yeah, like what just happened? What just happened? Like you just said that the man was renewed for like 2 or 3 seasons, then you come back and be like, nah,
yeah, wait till the fall come. Yeah, the Arsenio Hall show hosted by Jay Leno. Wait, what? Yeah. Yeah. He done snuck Arsenio. They're gonna still keep the name and everything. The dog pound gonna be up in that piece. Anyway, that's ignorant. But yeah, that Atlanta thing kind of. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, but actually that show was pretty good, man. The relaunch, it was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
but I think that
I can't say that. I only saw one episode, the first one. I think Nas was on it.
But what happened was so much time passed between when he was on during the first round of the show versus this one that there was just, I mean, the audience, the people that were watching back then, they got a little older. And Arsenio's kind of been irrelevant. He was irrelevant from the time that the show went off all the way up until the relaunch of the show. So, I guess they were just kind of hoping that everybody that had been Arsenio fan would carry over. But when you don't, Eddie Murphy is kind of what made Arsenio relevant to a lot of people because he was in a lot of those Eddie Murphy movies around that time. But it's been a long time since those days.
Shame on you, then. Shame on you people for not supporting Arsenio.
Dude still got money though.
Shame on you people.
Still got money.
Okay.
On black people.
You people. I say it like the white folks said. You people really offend you guys. Okay, so getting back to the game here. Let's see what else I wanted to talk.
I believe Atlanta watched though. I knew Atlanta was watching.
Oh, speaking of Atlanta, here's what I want to point out. See, this is one of those times where I will break my arm patting myself on the back. Because look at what happened yesterday. What was I saying during the Atlanta series? Let LeBron do what he want to do, but don't let him do everything. If he want to score points, LeBron had, 45 last night? 44?
44.
On 38 shots. But here's the big kicker. Only 6 assists. That's what you want. You want to make LeBron – for all these people who feel like, oh, man, LeBron mad now. I heard Brad Daugherty say that in the last series. Oh, he mad now. DeMar Carroll shouldn't have got on TV saying that. He going to hit him for 50. LeBron don't want to score 50. He don't. The perfect night for LeBron is like 31, 12, and 11. That's a beautiful night. That's a beautiful night for LeBron James. This ain't that. So if you put him in a situation where now, sir, and here's the other thing. The jump shot was a little bit wet early in the game. It was. And if you're me and you're the Golden State Warriors, I can't depend on that. Like, I've won in a lot of different areas. Like LeBron, because you saw as the game wore on, that jump shot started drying up a little bit.
Got broke.
Yeah.
It got broke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's exactly what you want. Matter of fact, because I'm me, see, I don't forgot that I do this. Where is this at? Yeah, because Steph talks about it. Yeah. Here's Steph Curry saying exactly these same things.
LeBron's going to, dominate the ball and make plays, and we have to just make it hard on him every possession. Don't give him any easy buckets, and not let anybody else get a rhythm. And that's what we're going to try to do every game we play against them.
There it is. There it is. You can't allow him to do everything. Keep him in one box, one area. And shout out to Andre Iguodala.
That's what I said earlier. He played good defense.
Unsung hero from last night. Not only that, made big shots on the other end. We talked about him yesterday, how he talked to, was it Hannah Storm, I believe, about his transformation to coming off the bench after being like a 10-year starter in the league. But he did say it gave him perspective. It allowed him to see what was going on the court and give his ball club whatever they needed. And LeBron was trying to punk that dude. Like, it was a bunch, like, he hit him with some bowls a couple times. That dude, he stayed true. Continue to play ball, understanding and trusting in the philosophy that as long as he feels, LeBron, that he's going to get his, and we cover up on, and I was reading an article today talking about how they was covering the pick and roll. As Rob, you mentioned yesterday, how many open shots guys were getting based on LeBron in the Atlanta series. Well, basically what they was doing was just parking their defenders in the corners like, yep, you won't get this shot. And if you want to put Andrew Bogut in the pick and roll, all right, we'll just trust him to make the decision. Either sag back on Mozgov or come up on LeBron. You saw LeBron, he dished it off a couple times to Mozgov for dunks early in the game. But they were willing to do that because why, Rob? These people are understanding that 3 is more than 2. Simple arithmetics, everyone. 3 is more than 2. So if I'm giving you guys 2, my guys, Steph, Clay, Barnes, I keep forgetting this kid's name. Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala. These dudes can get me 3 on the other end. You know what that means? That means I won the possession. But what's not going to happen is I'm not going to give LeBron these two-way goals. Like, he gets to the rim and can kick it out to an open Shumpert, to an open J.R. Smith, who, by the way, holy crap. You talk about the fry at the bottom of the bag, he is that dude. Yeah, JR did a Josh Smith on everybody. He hit those first 2 and was like, yep, I'm blazing hot until you miss 10 of your next 11. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Things that should never happen in this world. You depend on J.R. Smith to win an NBA championship. Oh, matter of fact, he's on my TV right now throwing up. Oh, no, that was LeBron. I'm sorry. That was LeBron. So, anyway, yeah. You depending on J.R. Smith is the same addict as depending on Josh Smith. Yeah, it's cool if you get it. Like, what did he bust the Hawks for? Like 8, 9 3-pointers or something crazy like that? Yeah.
8.
Yeah, if you getting it, cool. We're right.
Is ESPN really highlighting all of LeBron's late misses in the NBA Finals?
I don't know.
Are they really doing that?
I don't know. Yeah, thanks for joining the show, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're paying attention to them. I'm doing the show.
This is the reason
I hadn't watched this stuff all day, because I knew it was going to be ridiculous. I hadn't watched this stuff all day. I even got out of the house. I just went out the house and got some stuff taken care of, and then came home and just started reading. Like, reading stuff that was legitimate stuff. Like, talking about people who were writing about the game, not, oh, my God, what happened to LeBron's clutch gene? Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to know the answer to that question, or if there is an answer to that question, or, by the way.
Call that hospital.
Huh?
We need to call that hospital and ask.
Yeah, you're in
the hospital that he and Steph were born in.
Because apparently they were genetically engineered. Okay.
Was Greg Oden born in that same place?
Greg Oden wasn't born. I told you before.
Okay, exactly. That's just what I'm getting at. That's just what I'm getting at.
Anyway,
creating things.
All right. So we talked about LeBron because I had to write notes on this, and yeah, I'm glad Coop is still listening because, he did. Like, Rob's got to teach you about this thing with me. Like, you're gonna be tempted that when I say something to throw it in my face way too early than you probably should. You're going to be tempted to do that. And I would always advise you not to do it because they just have a way of working themselves out. So yesterday, I forget what he tweeted me. He tweeted me something, and he tweeted me at my personal account. So I'm not looking at it right now. But it was something to the effect of, there's the gun or something talking about LeBron. Oh, here it is. It's 9:41. The game is 41 minutes old at this point, ladies and gentlemen.